can clearly interpret and dissect one thing, he didn't already put in your mind some more crazy shit. 10 more concepts, 15 more concepts. You see what I'm saying? And so you motherfucker be having information overload. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear him talk about the Bible, you see, you know, and he talk about the Quran, and he talk about all these other books. What's the difference between the Bible and the Emerald Tablets? Huh? What's the difference between the Bible and the Emerald Tablets? Nothing. What he talks about Yahweh and say Yahweh is, but he says Yahweh and all, and is, you know, Jesus is an Anunnaki and you know, and all of this shit. It ain't like he ain't saying they ain't real. He's saying they motherfucking Anunnaki. So what's the difference between Allah and Yahweh and motherfucking Leo and Inky and Anu and all these other Marduk? And what's the difference? He's saying they are real, and at the same time he's telling you that religion is fake. He's telling you to believe in yours. I hear him saying slick shit like he know it. Then at the same time, he's saying what he's trying to expose, he's actually communicating. You see what I'm saying? At the same time, to get you off of one hook and onto another hook. You see what I'm saying? It's like having, you got 4 eyes on the goddamn on the stove top, and you jump out of one frying pan into the other frying pan. He say, jump that frying pan right there. That ain't good for you. That one up there, that ain't good. That's Jesus and that and motherfucker. And come over here, motherfucker. So you jump out of one frying pan into the other. You jump out of one silly ass belief into the other, and this one very well might be even more sillier than the one you done goddamn jumped out of. Huh? Did you think about that? Did you think about that? Tell you God is fake, but yet all he's teaching you about is gods, Anunnakis, and goddamn, and yeah, we understand that's us. That ain't no goddamn mythological motherfuckers in the sky. Those are images of ourselves. When, you know, what's up is down. That's a mirror image of ourselves. So constantly right down here on the planet. Ain't no goddamn Anunnaki from no other damn planet. You starting to lose yourself. You and see, if you get into this matrix, and what he gonna do is he gonna shoot your ass through a wormhole. And when you go through that motherfucking wormhole, you gonna be on the other side of the goddamn galaxy. I understand, L. I understand the African origins of that. I understand that. I'm not dismissing that. You know what I'm saying? But that's us. When you see L, you see the image of Osiris. That's us. You see what I'm saying? Sitting on the throne. That's us. They say, you know, so we don't want, no frivolous concepts where, you know, some, you know, they saying that the Anunnaki built up Egypt. And what he's using to justify that is the Emerald Tablets. Ain't we had enough of some goddamn tablets? Moses tablet. I mean, unless you talking about some Stella from ancient Egypt, we don't want to hear no more about no one tablet. You see this nigga saying 2 tablets, and no, nigga, you're not about to get away with no 2 tablets. And we got all these stones in Egypt, all this all these scripts and manuscripts in Egypt that's letting us know who we are. You see what I'm saying? And we gonna go and we gonna close our eyes to all this writing that our ancestors that then provided for us and showed us that we the gods. That ain't nothing that all the, see, he's trying to take from us the glory of our ancestors. Ain't no aliens created nothing in Africa. Everything was created by the ingenuity of African men and women that perform on such a level so advanced that they deified us. They didn't come from no goddamn it, they came from the Nile Valley. The constellation and star system that these so-called Anunnaki came from was the Nile Valley. They didn't come from no goddamn Pleiades or nothing like that. Those were icons of African ancestors that had did profound research, had created all type of science and mathematics and technology that caused us to venerate them in such a glorified state that we put them in the sky. But those are images of ourselves, not no goddamn men and spacemen and women that's coming from some other motherfucking galaxy. We got to stop this madness. We got to stop this, man. Anunnaki can come across the universe in spaceship and shit, and they brought the science. They greater than us. We have to bow down. And if they wrote the Emerald Tablet, obviously that's a science. That's information that's far greater than anything that we could develop. So we gonna bow down to some Emerald Tablet. Ain't no goddamn Thoth wrote no goddamn Emerald Tablet. They already said the motherfucker. Maurice Dorrell wrote the goddamn Emerald Tablet. Go look that shit up in 1930. Talk about he went into the goddamn pyramid and found some goddamn emerald tablets in the pyramid. And these goddamn crackers been over there stealing everything that ain't nailed to the ground. And you mean to tell me as many motherfuckers been in the Great Pyramid stealing and robbing, and you mean to tell me they didn't see no goddamn emerald tablets in there? And he was the first one to go in there to goddamn see the emerald tablets, and these motherfuckers over there thieving, stealing these motherfuckers steal a grain of sand. You understand what I'm saying? They'll steal a grain of sand out the Sahara. You understand what I'm saying? And take it back to the goddamn British Museum. You see, that's how thieving these motherfuckers is. And so you mean to tell me they didn't see that? That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. So you believe that so Maurice Dorrell become your great, the one that control your mind and your destiny. And Billy Carson is a high priest of Maurice Dorrell and shit, and he's taken just like a cauldron, because he's like, one of these sorcerers and these conjurers who take bits and pieces. He done took Maurice Dorrell, he done took Zachariah Stitch, and he done took Madame Blavatsky, he done put what's the other motherfucker, and all the rest of them motherfuckers, and put them in the cauldron and shook them up. He even got Charles Darwin. So the shit that he's talking about, is a mix between Zachariah Stitching and Charles Darwin. Then on the other thing, and people can't see, this is actually the motherfucking script for Stargate, for Star Wars, and came out before goddamn Billy Carson. So he's only regurgitating what's already. So this motherfucker then took the script for goddamn Stargate and made it into a goddamn a movement. And you niggas get mad at me because most people out here, whether they want to see it or not, whether they, it's a block. You know what I'm saying? It's a block that, a mental block. It's there, but you just don't want to acknowledge it. I don't know what the fuck it is. But is here, right here. The Kabbalistic, Jewish community. Otherwise, if it come down to that. But anyway, let's deal with the fact that he's delivering our people, the minds of our people, to Freemasonry, to the Kabbalistic, Jewish community and shit like that. That's what he's doing. You can see who he's handing the legacy to. Okay, listen to me now. Let's walk this walk. Let's walk this walk.
32, I called my son out of Egypt. That's what the Bible says. And he ends up writing it on the back of it.
Here we go. Let's start all the way from the beginning.
Yeshua, aka Jesus, was one of these students as well. Read the Gospel of the Holy 12. You'll find that when he disappeared from the Bible, where did he go? He went to Egypt. I've taken many people to the actual bed that he slept in, which is still there in Egypt. It's a shrine.
Now this nigga actually believed in Jesus. This nigga telling you that he done took people to the very bed that Jesus laid in. Nigga, you might as well, go to goddamn, what's that, fucking amusement park? Not, not Disney World, the theater. I think they the bed that Jesus laid in. I mean, and nigga, everything over there is like Disneyland. You see what I'm saying? Everything has been created and fictionalized, and you know, and just like they build up Disneyland and shit, and the motherfuckers going there, they think they, you know, Mickey Mouse house and shit, and Mickey Mouse is in there, and so you done went over there under the confused state, and we didn't, you know, that just show you right there that he don't have no concept of Serapis or Walter Williams. He don't have no concept of that Jesus is nothing but horrors. There is no Jesus and, you know, no Mary and shit. This nigga actually believed that Jesus lived. Okay? I want y'all to understand that. This nigga actually believed that Jesus lived, and say the same covers and the damn the bed spread that Jesus, you know, would pull over, you know, at night and shit when he get cold, that the bed spread and the pillowcases and shit is still there from when Jesus laid on them over 2,000 years ago. And you mad at me because I get on this nigga head for such treachery and fictional lies that he's spreading to the people. You see, all of that is allegorical. But see, you can see where he's delivering, because we didn't went past Jesus. See, but he's reprogramming that concept into your head. Even said that Jesus was an Anunnaki. He was an Anunnaki, nah. He wasn't just regular Jesus, because he talking about Jesus' father. Say Yahweh is Marduk, and so I guess or Enlil or one of them motherfuckers. So I guess that Jesus is the son of Marduk and all this shit. But let's get back into this, family. Let's get back into this.
Did you know that gamers and tech enthusiasts like you and I have turned their passion into an IT career? JobWorks Education and Training has helped hundreds of students just like you gain the certification.
And he was there learning the Egyptian mysteries. And this is well known, well documented. I mean, that was an apocryphal text that was left out of the Bible. He left there and went to Tibet to learn Reiki healing and Qigong and energy healing with his hands. He came down through India, learned the mystic arts, and then the Bible picks up at the age of 32, I called my son out of Egypt. That's what the Bible.
Now, clearly, if you read the Aquarian Gospel of Jesus Christ, that's where he got that shit from. That Jesus went on, and also the Ahmadiyya Muslims who you know come up out of that the Punjab over there. Today is Pakistan, you know, but back when, you know, it was still connected to India, that area they call the Punjab, where you get them Sikhs, you know, the religion of the Sikhs, and you know they be having a lot of occult, you know, beliefs, and they believe that Jesus went to India. And so like I say, my uncle was a Muslim, and yes, he had the Ahmadiyya literature, and I still got the literature where it said, did Jesus die in India? And they got a tomb over there that was supposed to, I know, see, anything that he talk about, I done already studied. You see what I'm saying? And so, yeah, nigga, you piecing together a collage of confusion. You know, you piecing together a collage of confusion. And the reality is the same group over there that teach that shit, that the Orthodox Muslims don't even respect them. They don't even look at them as Muslims. You know, they be having all type of, because I don't give a fuck about whether the Islam or, I don't care about what they think about the other, because both of them is full of shit. You see what I'm saying? But you know, they understand that the Ahmadiyya isn't a, you know, they're in a cult, but the Islam isn't a cult. You see what I'm saying? All that shit is a cult. But they see that most of, you know, a lot of the concepts that they teach are not in the mainstream of Islam. And so they shun them motherfuckers, and they attack them over there for the shit that they teaching. And so that's, you know, all that, you know, Madame Blavatsky is the one that crafted that. You know what I'm saying? You know, all that mixing all the occult, together. You know, the Kabbalah, the Sufi, and any occult information, they blended it all together and put a European icing on it. You know what I'm saying? And so this is what you got today. And so anybody hearing what he's saying, that Jesus went here, go get the Aquarian gospel of Jesus Christ. And that'll give you all them same countries that, that they said Jesus went, that's just garbage. You see what I'm saying? He never existed. Now, for those that want to take their mind on an even further trip than the Bible, then you go ahead and read them other goddamn books and go on the trip. See you later. Bye-bye. That's where you can go on and take your goddamn rocket ship into the next galaxy if you choose. You see? So that's one of the things that he's doing. He's reinventing a real Jesus to you. He's reinventing that Jesus was actually real. Okay? And for a lot of people that just don't want to give up Jesus, they'll take that. They'll take that route. They'll say, oh, well, Billy touching on something. Yeah, motherfucker, because you got white Christ syndrome, nigga. You never wanted to really let it go. That's what when you talk about the Moore Science Temple, white means purity, purity means death, God means ruler of the land. You see, they got the Tosis, black means death. You understand? That's what right there in the 101. You see the 101 questionnaire of the Moore Science Temple. Black means death. You see, and then white means purity. Purity means God. God means ruler of the land. And then I understood. I say, oh, they occultists. They occultists. That's that white brotherhood. They talk about it even. And so I'm going to hear him talk about it. And I'm going to look that up. Now, I ain't heard him talk about the great white brotherhood, but they consider Jesus an ascended master. I know that without even dealing with him. So I know what he's doing. You see, in the theosophy, they consider Jesus an ascended master. See, you got some that say ascended master. Then you got him coming to Anunnaki, which is Zechariah stitching. And so, they twisting it now. They adding some Blavatsky with some Zechariah. Zechariah came out in the 80s. You see what I'm saying? 1980, that's when he came out. And so now they taking that Anunnaki or Zechariah, mixing it with Aleister Crowley, mixing it with Rudolf Steiner, mixing it with
The 2024 Kia Sportage was built for adventure. Sportage offers unmistakable style, plus all the comfort and space you crave.
Madame Blavatsky and the other occultists, you see what I'm saying? That's what they're doing. But, now all of these so-called ascended masters together is called the Great White Brotherhood. Okay, the Great White Brotherhood. And so Jesus was in that brother. So I want to hear if he even talk about the Great White Brotherhood. And I bet you he have. And I'm going to say this ahead of time, so when I find it, I know exactly. You done ran into the wrong one, motherfucker. You just have. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you talking about, I know where you got it from. You see, Billy Carson, I've been studying occultism long before you were studying it. Nigga, every step you take, I know where you got it from. You see what I'm saying? I know your masters. I don't need to know you. I know the books where you got it from. You understand what I'm saying? So you gonna try to reinvent this shit, or republish and reintroduce this shit into the black community, because I don't know where you think you're gonna take it. See, they always intend for, because when them white people hear this nigga, they gonna be like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? You see, it's only the Negroes or them crazy Cro-Magnon Neanderthals like Giorgio what's his name, to Sokolokis or some shit. He's from Greece or something. That's on the Ancient Aliens. look like he done stuck his finger in the light socket and his motherfucking hair going all kind of different ways. You see what I'm saying? Only crazy motherfuckers like that. And all they doing is wherever they see megalithic structures, which is Kushite, that's it. That's it. Anywhere you see megalithic structures, that's Kushite, period. Even when they just take the stones and they put them on that's Kushite, okay? Everything, all the megalithic structures that you see in Europe and that's Kushite. That was long before they even got there, okay? You see the little Venuses, what they call the Venuses, the little dolls with the peppercorn hair that they find down in the graves of the Africans in the fetal position because they worship the great mother. That ain't had nothing to do with them. That was in there 30,000 years before they even came out the cave. You see what I'm saying? Before they even came out the cave. So, so what they doing is you got these groups like Ancient Aliens and you got this other, I forget they call them megalith or, another offshoot of Ancient Aliens where they talk about the megalithic structures all over the planet and they are quick to put an alien in the mix. Some of them will tell the truth. And then they'll say what an African did it. And, I believe the megalithic ones, they mold, they try to stick mold to some history. And I heard some of them give credit, but they try to always keep the European in the mix like we did it together. You see, and that's what this nigga, when they ask him about the Anunnaki, he say they black, they white and shit and this, that, and the third and so on and so forth. So you got space niggas and space Neanderthals and shit, galactic Neanderthals and galactic niggas flying through the air and shit and this, that, and look just like, they look just like us. You see, they look just like us and, they got far more greater technology than us and that they came here and took some monkey men. Let's deal with that, man. Took monkey men and mixed the DNA. And did you hear the one where he talked about ISIS? Say ISIS took an egg out of a monkey bitch. You feel me? Took the damn, took the inside of the egg and how they do, and took the core out and inserted some of her own divinity inside of the egg. Put it back in her womb and gave birth to I guess he called it Andamu, which is sound like Dormammu, which was that goddamn demon on Doctor Strange, and I got to touch back on that. You see what I'm saying? I got to touch back on that. And so he's taking all the African gods and goddesses and he's twisting all the stories. You understand? I've been to the walls, nigga. We ain't seen no story whatsoever of no garbage of what that nigga, he's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? He's dangerous, man, because he know good and goddamn well, and you don't even hear him even try to make a comparison to what is actually being taught, because at least, you understand, I've already fought these wars with the Moors. I've already fought these wars with the New Wabians. I done already did lectures long before he ever showed up on occultism in the conscious community. I've already bust that buck. You see what I'm saying?